What up, y'all? John Wetmore here. Gonna go over and give you a Friday phone tip. Hanging out with Frankie Euphemia today. I would say instead of giving an exact phone script words that I use, I think one of the things I talk to agents a lot about over the years is the tonality of it. I think a lot of people, myself included, be clear, the first time I got on the phones, I quit for 2 years. So it took me a minute to figure the phone thing out. And I think a lot of us, myself included, we tend to not be ourselves when we're on the phone. We have this alter ego, this really weird voiced, whatever we see an insurance phone person should be, comes out real awkward. If you haven't recorded yourself dialing, you should do it and listen to yourself. You'll go you don't even have to know phone script, and you'll hear it and go, oh gosh, no wonder why they're hanging up. But for me, the tone, it's you want to call people as if you're calling a buddy. You don't need to be anything different. And the way I learned to do it, and you don't need a phone script if you understand the concept. If you and I, whoever's watching, we're at a meeting together, and there was a quick introduction. We don't really know each other, but of each other, whatever. And I left my jacket somewhere in a sales conference, for instance, and you saw it, and you had to call me and let me know that I left my jacket in the meeting we're at, and you were going to be in Atlanta tomorrow, and you were going to swing it by. You would not need a phone script, and your tonality would be on point. You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, John? I'd be like, yeah, because I don't really know who it is. And you'd be like, hey, this is so-and-so. I was with you yesterday at the sales conference in Philly. I was sitting next to you, and you had that gray jacket. I'd be like, oh, yeah. Dude, you left it there. I grabbed it for you, and I'm going to be in Atlanta tomorrow. What time are you home? I can swing it by. That mentality, you literally don't need a phone script to do that. If I forgot something anywhere, you wouldn't need a script. You wouldn't need to read. You would just have a conversation, and it would be easy. It would flow easily. And for me, when I've taught just that silly little concept of hey, I forgot my jacket somewhere, here's how you should call someone. If y'all can get that down, that beginning, hey, John, I always wanted people to go, yeah, because it kind of sounds like I know them, but they're not sure who I am. And all that did was buy me a few seconds to talk. And for me, it's that became, once I learned that, all I had to do was buy a few seconds, not get everything out at once, and then just next stage, ask a question, get them to answer it. Next step, ask a question, get them to answer it, and just give a little bit of info, ask a question. But that tonality for me became the most important thing, and that's where I learned the control. So hopefully a little silly story helps you out. Later.